was in. I'm trying to get my water cut on.
What's the word I'm looking for? You can't be in here in person.
No, there's no trespass, and I brought the
Yeah,
officer with
there's
me.
nothing.
Why can't he be in here in person?
Our risk manager had, requested that there's no trespass.
There was nothing put on right now.
There's what?
There's nothing.
Okay,
Okay.
I'll be right back.
My name's Michael. I'm with Lawrence Accountability. Why are you trespassed out of here?
It is because I've been trying to get my water cut on for 6 months.
Uh-huh.
I bought a house.
Uh-huh.
They told me that I need to pay the last people's bill.
They're telling you you have to pay the last person's bill, so why are you not allowed to come in here?
It's because when I came in with all my documents they said I have, they couldn't explain me what the problem was. So I asked them, where is, how much is it? Oh, you're not on the count. So they told me to step out of line. I refused to step out of line because they couldn't help me. So they shut the window. They shut the window and started
Really?
and started helping everybody. The lady right there started screaming and pointing my finger. And
Which
told
lady?
The one that, this one right here.
That one right there was screaming at you and yelling at you?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Can he step back so we can help the customer? Did you
Yeah,
want
sure.
need some help?
No, I'm helping him like you should.
Okay,
So how about we do that?
okay.
See, they won't tell me. See what I mean?
Are we gonna just go back outside while we wait for the HR lady to get here?
There's no reason for him to go back outside. He can't be trespassed from City Hall, guys. That is insane. You gonna try to trespass this guy from
No,
City
he's
Hall?
not trying to. He's trying to help me. Just give me a few minutes. Just
Okay.
give me- You ready?
I just walked into this thing. I'm trying to get a city manager or somebody to tell me about manufactured evidence, and then I find out a guy is literally trespassed out of here.
Okay. You can't get your water cut on. But every time I come to try to get my water cut off, they don't help me.
Yeah.
You know, just like you said, if I was a regular customer, she's like, okay, this is what you need, or hey, first thing she did is, oh, you can't be in here. But why not just tell me?
She may just be behind the 8 ball right now. Maybe she doesn't know.
Behind the 8 ball doesn't matter when we.
Just-
Don't
it
put your
doesn't-
hand up at
doesn't-
me.
Doesn't include you.
You can't be
Talk to me.
trespassed
You're
from
not talking
City
to me.
Hall.
That's the woman that scream and
Yeah.
holler at me.
I see that.
He's right, but here's what it is. I just want my water on.
I hear you.
That's all I want. But
Yeah.
if you can even ask them what does it take to get the water on, then go on, because they're not. What they're doing is not helping me. I've been 6 months. I'm paying two more rent and a mortgage. I'm running out of money. And see, this is not a difficult task because it's what it is what it is. Either I owe some money, or I don't owe any money, or I don't have necessary documents, or I do. There's no in between. And what it comes down to is that they're trying to get me to pay the last people bill.
Yeah, I
Even
hear
the other officer said, why don't they just do collection on the last people? And then she like, when I had the deed in my hand, then she like, this is what she said, with the county stamp, she said, this must be illegal. I said, why don't you just call the county? So I went into the county, told them, and I called the county while the other officer here, she heard everything, and the county did me a good favor. They did all my documents, make sure they said, hey, we're gonna get everything done, processed, so that when you go back, all they have to do is pull it up. I done what they asked me to do, but she's not allowing me to do it.
So, so I'll talk to the HR lady that's coming in and talk to me.
But
hear me out. Okay, we'll try to get things squared off. If it doesn't work, we'll get your copy.
Get you a copy?
We'll get your copy that says you did everything that you're supposed to do. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
The thing that the county's supposed to give you, you just said you had?
No. I got that. What I need for them to tell me if they're saying I can't cut my water on, why?
Okay.
Because if they tell me why I'm not doing it and I have done it, then I have a course of action.
Right.
But this is not, when I show up, we're not supposed to help you. I'm still
And like I said, she maybe just be behind the 8 ball right now.
but I'm still a citizen of Lawrence, Kansas. So
Right.
if this is the city that's supposed to help me, it doesn't matter if what's going on. See, what she's trying to do is not to help me. Because when I call in, they hang up on me. This is why, because like I said, Friday, I shot an email, and then she like, well, we don't have it with the county. I already know that it is. That's why I called you, because if I had showed up, all they would have done is did the same thing last time. So what I did is be prompt and said, I'm not trespassed. All I do is go in here and you see that I wasn't screaming nothing. And the first thing is, you can't be in here, is because what it is, they're not trying to help me. They're trying, for whatever reason, I put in calls to everybody. Nobody is responding to my call. And all I'm asking them is, doesn't matter whether an HR person, whether who is it, tell me what it is that I'm missing. Because whatever it is I'm missing, I just do.
Right. But earlier you said you went to the county, right? You got all squared off.
That's already done.
Yep. And they're supposed to have that, right?
Right, they got
You
that.
have a copy of that too.
Right.
You should bring that with you just
Right.
in case.
But all they have to do
Right.
is...
And I'm just saying that lady may not be willing to help you. Somebody else may be.
But it's not a point of willing. If I come to pay my bill, you can't tell me I'm not going to help you.
They
that lady
don't,
is
the
obvious.
police don't understand this, that the
Yeah,
city
yeah.
employees have a responsibility to help you. And the fact that he's going along with them saying they can't help
He's
you
not.
is a
He
joke.
He can't. No, he's not. He's just coming into a situation that he doesn't know anything about, and he's trying to figure out what it is. Because again, without him, I wouldn't even got that. So it's not. This is not a law enforcement issue. This is a city issue, and he's doing what he's doing. And I, like I said, I'm just telling you.
Fair enough. Then the problem is inside.
David
David, what's the last name?
Marcinko.
Can you tell me what I need?
Don't pull the door.
We're still working on
Don't
that.
pull the door. Who are you? What is your name? Sean, I'm going to need her name.
My name's Lori Ridenour. I'm the supervisor.
Lori
and we're
Ridenour?
taking care of
Okay, thank you. She tried to pull that door closed at City Hall on that man. She can't act that way.
Who's in charge here? Whoever's in charge.
Craig Owens is the city manager.
Whoever's in charge of the kid who's managed water from that home. Okay, and who's in charge of her? Because she's not helping. Yep. And there was not one. There was not one. I looked at the notes beforehand, there was not to put it on him. Okay, so there's some miscommunication, sounds like. Okay. Okay.
When they told you you couldn't come in here, were you doing anything wrong, being loud, anything?
The
had
officer was here, and then so they told the officer that I couldn't come over. They wanted to trespass me. So I told him there was a meeting right there. So I told him that I was going to go in there, and the officer said, "Well, that's the city business. You can go." And,
That's right.
Right. So now, what they said, I needed to respond.
The police officer just told him that you don't have a trespass. You should come in here.
Well, I'm gonna just try.
Okay.
And then so what they told me to respond by email. What I did, the portal they got, and I tried to go in. It didn't work. So I shot them an email. They told me all I needed was to get the county everything in the right name. It's done. So I should be able to walk in and get my water on. This is 6 months.
This is insane that she's acting that way. And I just happened to show up here at the right time to catch this. I run a YouTube channel online, and I've been exposing the crap that's going on here. I've got 2 different trespasses on me that they can't enforce.
Yeah, and she did like this yesterday. She was
Yeah, she was nasty out here, trying to pull the door closed on you. She can't do that stuff. And that's actually illegal to do in a city building.
Did you have, you were asking for starting service?
What?
Were you asking to start service?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So we have the information we needed.
I already filled that out.
Okay,
Okay.
but what name did you put? Did you put it under your name or did you
Yes.
put, okay, because the owner is listed as the 831 irrevocable living
Right,
trust.
that's my company.
Right.
And I put in a lease for myself.
Okay,
So, well, let me see, you want me to
Cause-
do a lease?
no, I don't need a lease, we don't need a lease, because you're listed as the owner now.
Right. No, right.
In the county, but you're not, this 831 irrevocable living trust is listed as owner. So can you fill that out just with that, you know, so, because that's the owner isn't under your name.
I already did a lease from my company to myself
So you-
and gave it to you guys.
So you wanna rent it? You don't wanna, this is
I
owner?
want, here's what, if I do that,
Mhm.
then in turn, we'll go back to the same thing. I already turned in the lease to you guys listen, what I did is when I came last time, they told me I had a lease.
Do they not understand
So
that the
what
company
I
is
did
not the one
is-
responsible for the bill if he has a lease? It would be the individual with the lease.
So I went ahead and leased it from my.
It would be no different than if I rented him a house and he was paying his own bills.
If you own it, if this 831 irrevocable living trust owns it, you don't need you don't need the lease. Does that make sense? We needed it when the other owner was listed there.
But when I came, I owned it
Because,
then. No,
but not by the county. The county just filed it.
No, here's what we did.
Okay,
The county gave me a stamp.
okay.
The county got on the line and told her, yes,
Mm-hmm.
here's what happened. For whatever reason, they shut down, they refused to help me. I brought in a county stamp.
Mhm.
I gave them, he was
I
sitting.
looked at those documents, it did not have the county stamp, it did not have the official county stamp. So, but we have what we need now, and so what I'm saying is, we don't need a lease if you own it. We
Right.
only needed it when it was under the other person's name, because that's what the county document said. But now it shows that this 831 irrevocable living trust owns it, and if that's your entity, all I need is you just to complete this under that, because that's the owner, and then I'm not. If you're doing a lease, then you're a renter, and it's a whole different setup, you know, and then with renters, there's always gonna be deposits with renters. If you own it,
Listen.
wait,
How am I gonna charge myself a deposit? If you,
we charge
No,
that,
right.
we charge that.
when my other apartment didn't charge me,
Yeah, we do, for all tenants, we do.
You did?
We have one on file. I promise we did. I promise, because I see your account. But, so this is all, just to keep it simple. And then you also, since the documentation we received shows that,
So he seems pretty reasonable to me. Can you comment on why you threw him out of here? No? How about why you tried to pull the door closed on him?
No.
No? No comment at all for that behavior?
In the current, okay, so.
That's part and parcel of the problems the city has.
Has bills since March.
I don't care.
That are unpaid, you know, so,
No.
You were
Here's
nasty
what it
to
is.
him.
I'm not responsible for March if you don't cut the water on.
yeah, well, we're not gonna cut the water on
No,
unless
listen.
those bills are paid.
No, listen, you want me to pay 2,200 or whatever it
No,
is.
it's not that much. I have a new amount. It's $162.54, and that's for service starting March 25th, 2023.
But the water wasn't on more.
Base fees. There's always gonna be base fees.
So, okay.
And I can give you those statements. I can give you those
Why
details.
wasn't one in March? Why couldn't tell me that?
Because you weren't listed as the owner. You were never listed as the owner until Friday afternoon is when the county updated that. That's the very first piece.
Then I'd be wondering why he's responsible for bills that he wasn't listed as the owner on. That's a good question.
As of March 25th, you are listed as the owner, but we didn't get that information until the end of day Friday. We did not have that when you came in last week.
Yes, you did.
We did not.
Yes, you did.
I looked at those documents. We did
You
not.
look at the county
But
stamp.
you're saying that the county stamp didn't happen until Friday.
And that's
So that means that the March bill wouldn't be his responsibility
You know what?
because
We're
it
not
would have been
talking to you.
somebody
We're
else's
talking to- we're talking to
ownership.
him. So this is not a.
Well, I only got involved because she was being so nasty toward him.
You know what? That's none of your business either.
I know it
Yes,
isn't.
is,
No,
because-
it's not. You're an adult. You can
Well,
manage your own business.
Obviously, you guys were shutting him down though.
Let's just take it back there.
No, we absolutely do not. No,
Well, I'm an adult, why walk you?
because that's our work area. If
Well,
you're
she-
gonna be
That's
hostile,
not-
you're
Wait,
not gonna
wait.
be in our work area. I'm not gonna protect my staff.
Hostile.
Hostile.
Because you're continuing to argue with information that I've given you.
No, I'm asking questions.
Okay.
That's not
That
a-
is
I've
not
given you
hostile.
information.
He is trying to understand and they're labeling him as hostile. That is what our city
If that
does.
was, please, what she did yesterday, what she did last Thursday, she took everybody back there and I didn't get a chance to go. She had,
Because it was not a comfortable place out here when you.
For who? For me?
For the other customers.
No,
But we're not talking about that. Let's stay focused on what you need to do to get your water on, okay? Let's stay focused on that.
Okay.
So,
what rate
so I
do-
need you to complete this out
wait a minute,
using,
I have a question.
Okay.
I have a question.
I'm filing a complaint on you for pulling that door on him, and I have it on video. That was wrong.
It's residential, because this is a residential property. Does that make sense? Do you need any information about those rates? Like any details?
I would hope.
Because I mean, I can print out our rate sheet if you need details.
So what do I need? Tell me what you need.
So you need 162.54 payment, and I can give you bills for that. I can show you the details for that. And then I would need you to complete this under, you know, the owner's name, which is, you know, I know that that's your.
What if Doug Compton rented him a house? Would he have to put Doug Compton's name on that? That seems weird if we're putting the owner's name on there instead of the guy that has the lease.
Then it's gonna take us, you know, 24 to 48 hours to process once we have that. But, you know, we can get this all, completed today with that filled out,
You put it down
and that
exactly
payment.
how you got it.
Well, I just scribbled some stuff. What is the name that owns that property?
You didn't look?
I mean, I scribbled this down, but you should know.
Well, see, this is not about a question about me. This
What I'm
is-
saying is, if
Well,
I have
wait
a
a minute,
typo
wait
in
a-
here, you're not gonna hold me to that typo.
Wait a minute. This is about what it takes for me to get my water on, and you said that it wasn't legal
What is the
first.
owner's name of the property? Isn't this your entity?
Do you think it is?
Why are
Well,
you
we
asking
go
me
by
these
what's on the
questions?
register of deeds, so whatever
I'm
you
not talking to
registered
you.
it
You're
is.
already trying to shut me out.
We're responsible for the same thing.
It would be better if she wasn't out here.
Right.
That's the point.
This
That's,
is because I feel uncomfortable. That's the one who threatened me with her finger. It's on tape.
yeah, I've seen other stuff that's on tape too, where you tried to enter our, you know, our secure
Right, but she was
area.
taking people
You
back
were
there.
trying to push through and I felt threatened.
Let's stay
Oh, you
focused on
felt
getting your water
threatened.
on. We want
So
to
did
do
our
what we can to get this taken
Okay.
care of.
The other people.
Yeah, I'm sure. Everybody always feels threatened when they want to persecute somebody.
And you wouldn't need, you know, obviously, you can just do that because there's no first and last name in this case. And then your preferred contact via email. And I'm also
Your
gonna
department
put
created
in
this.
the email.
If it hadn't been for LPD, I wouldn't even be here filming this lady right now. And then would you believe they manufactured evidence against me last week? Literally, ripped apart a 911 call and put it back together out of order. That wasn't one rogue evidence tech either.
And you would need that as an entity. And.
No, that's why I'm texting.
But.
If you feel so threatened, you shouldn't work at the city hall.
I assume you're in control of the trust, right? This is your trust. So then you could just put
Those are key words
your, you know,
intended to get a rise out of people.
if it's your trust, you know what I mean? We have this on file with that social security.
I already did it on the
Yeah, this week.
Are you gonna be willing to file a complaint on the way she treated him?
Sounds good. If we have, you know, any issues with that.
I got nothing to say to you, bud.
No, seriously, are you gonna be willing to take this up on his behalf of the way he was treated by these people? You escorted him in and she tried to pull the door on him to keep him out.
She's not keeping you from having extra questions or anything.
Can you complain to City Hall later?
You guys encourage this behavior by doing this.
What you did, the one thing I did not do was put my finger in your face. We can exchange verbally.
Did you want to finish that? Because we're not talking about last week.
Well, I may be wanting to file charges on
Okay.
you. That's what I
Okay.
may be wanting to do. And I think I am.
I'll file a complaint on the way she's acting right now, today. Pulling the door closed to City Hall is actually a violation of civil rights.
831.
She may not realize that, but you cannot pull the door to City Hall closed on somebody.
Okay, we want the bills to go directly to,
Nothing else.
Douglas Lee's, yeah, because you're the owner, so we don't need that, we will need that, so you know what, I'll do this real quick. I'm just gonna fill this amount.
Sean, do we have a city manager or a city attorney coming out here?
Okay, so then.
Are they, is anybody gonna comment on this video, on this audio recording that I have that's been ripped apart?
They did it. I already did it.
just sign that, then it's
No, I'm
connected
not
to
talking,
the.
remember you.
So everybody's by email, but I'm just supposed to go ahead and show up at court?
This, let me turn this off. So if the water goes off in the future, so we know it's off right now, but say it goes off in the future, if we make
We
this a
already
permanent
did,
waiver.
I already did that, I did that,
It did
I
it.
did this in March. I
Okay,
did this, I did
But
this
if we
in.
didn't
It
get the
wasn't
water
in
on
your
there,
name.
if we didn't get the water
But
on
it
there.
doesn't make a difference, it doesn't change, it doesn't change.
Well,
I
this-
did this in March, and one of the things that you require me to do before you said I could even turn the water on is to do this. I did this and you never did, so I have that on
I guess
file.
what I'm saying is I'd have to go dig and see if I can find it.
Okay, go ahead.
If
We
I
have
do
that.
that, it's just gonna take more time.
Okay,
You know,
okay.
because if you
That's
just, if
okay.
you just do this right now,
Why come she can't go dig?
I mean-
Well, unfortunately, it was in somebody else's name, so it's really not valid when you
No,
signed it
no.
back then. It was in
It still,
the other
it
owner's
still
name.
would be valid, because you can still use the same document.
Well, because how did you fill this out? Because account holder wouldn't, I mean, if that's not the right information, you know what I'm saying? Like.
I
if
filled
this-
it out according to this right here.
But with
Yeah.
that living.
Right.
Okay.
And-
I mean, I can go look real quick,
Right.
but
Well,
I just thought it would be a little quicker if, I mean, it's, you know, and what we do with this is then we save this to the account. And so if we make it a permanent waiver, then say, you know, say 5 months from now, you need the water off, but then you need to turn around 2 weeks after that and get the water back on. We have this on file, and so we don't have to have you complete another one. Otherwise,
I should have been able I'm just saying, with
I mean, I can go look.
the same one I have, based upon what you're saying, I should have been able to just to cut it
I
on
do
right
need
now.
to say something
sorry.
here. There was a really big
Same
leak.
thing.
There was a really big leak on that location, so if we turn it on, there might be the need to turn it back
Yeah,
on.
I didn't know if you talked to the owners about that, or the previous owners
Hey,
about
hey,
that.
and here's what happened.
Uh-huh.
I don't have any contact with him.
Okay.
What I did as a citizen, as a homeowner, I came to talk to the city to figure out if there was an issue. Instead of communicating with me, this is what I got. I got someone pulling the door on me, shutting the thing in. I have to call an officer, and then
We couldn't provide that information to you now if you weren't listed as owner, and you weren't until Friday afternoon. So it's like, okay, say you own a property, right, and say your nosy neighbor down the street is like, what's going on with this
no.
property?
Here's what you. If I ask for specific information about the account holder's information, you're right. But if I say, hey, have you ever had issue with the water? That is a general public information. Now, I'm not asking about the home. I'm not asking did the homeowner had a problem with the bill or with the issue. If I said if you ever had an issue, just like I can call on any building from the city and says what's the average bill. It has nothing to do with the homeowner.
But if we were to dig into like, you know, if you say issue that.
No. But if I say, hey, what's the average bill for that house? Then and then you give me an excessive amount, and I said, hey, what's typically for that neighborhood? And you was like, this is typical. I say, hey, would there be any reason why it would go on? You can give me a list of reasons. I've been an investor all my life, so I know what the city can do. And guess what? One thing that I did ask, I said, what's typical for that neighborhood? And I talked to this person, got hung up, and what have you, and here's what they tell me. You're not on the bill, so you can't, but then here's what she told me. You need to pay their bill. I can't do both. If you can't give me information, I can't tell you how much, you can't tell me how much it is, then how can I pay? But when I ask for generalization stuff, like what's typically for that neighborhood, what's the average bill, you should be able to apply that to me because that's public information.
It's not public per se, but it's, but I mean, we can give you general information, but if you're gonna dig into water usage, that's where we're not gonna release, like, what was their usage in February? What was their usage? And so that's.
No, if I say,
Why are you speaking oranges? He's speaking apples. He's asking about averages.
if I say what's the average between this month and this month,
Oh,
you can
Because that's
provide.
specific.
But I can ask what's the average for any house, I've been doing this, I done flew to Chicago, New York, and everything, guess what? I've been doing this all my life, I'm 64 years old.
I feel like you're asking about what average, I think you're saying what was this, was there a problem, was there a
No,
peak? And and water usage.
I said, what, between this month and this month, what would be average? Because here's what, I can get a 12-month average. You can then say, what's typically for this neighborhood? $165. I can get a 12-month average, and it says it's $5,000. I could tell you there's an issue. I don't need to ask you specific. If there's an issue with that, I would say, hey, between this month and this month, the water usage, the average is high. So there must, and you can tell what would be something wrong or not. I never ask you what these people pay or anything, because I know I can't ask that. I can always ask an average. I've been doing this all my life.
Yeah, I mean, I can't speak to, I don't know exactly what you asked at that time, you know, about what.
I don't know how you could have ever said that man was being hostile.
Here's my, or you her supervisor. When I try to enter this building, away from here. No, just a few minutes ago.
Just now.
Just away from there. I wasn't screaming, wasn't hollering. He can stand as a contest. And I tried to enter. She grabbed the door.
Well, we had been told we were working on a trespassing.
He had already told her that was not correct.
It's in process right now, and it's in process right now.
But we're wanting to get
It
water.
wasn't, it's not finalized.
No, listen.
We do have a lease.
Even if it's in process, you can't stop me from
We didn't
entering.
know that it wasn't finalized.
Okay.
We
When
just
When
found
someone
out.
lunges at me, I am sure gonna shut the door behind me.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You
There
lunge at me,
was no lunge that happened here. There was no lunge that, I have it on video, lady. I have it on video. Your feelings don't matter when it comes to law. Your feelings don't matter when it comes to law.
Everyone will back me up.
You
If I
can,
feel threatened,
everyone will
I
back you up.
shut the door.
And that's how this city gets away with it, because you got everyone backing you up. You got everyone backing you up, don't you? You're pretty confident with that, aren't you?
They are concerned about the safety of us.
Are you concerned about your safety with me?
Yes,
Then why am I not trespassed out of here?
you might be.
Why is he being trespassed out of
If you threaten me
here?
or lunge at me
I
again,
haven't.
you will be.
Again? When did I threaten you or lunge at you the first time? Do you see how she acts?
I didn't lunge at her. Did I lunge at her?
But you know what?
He
This
did-
is not-
He did not lunge at her. Ma'am,
Indicative how I'm
ma'am,
being treated.
I have it on video. She is lying to you.
Okay, regardless of that, that is separate from
No,
the
it's
issue
not.
at
No, it's
hand.
not.
Yes,
Because
it is.
no, it's not. You know why?
We
No,
can't
it's not why it's
negate the
separate.
fact
It
that-
is because all of this is one of ten. All of this is.
You can't trespass us, lady.
If you wasn't here, she would take that same sentiment and imply and say I lunged at her, when in turn I didn't. This is the problem. This is, if you have an employee that misstate, no, hold on. If you have an employee that's misstating something that affects me as a citizen, then you have to look at that, because you're saying, oh, let's not get this. The reason we're here is because just like she misstated something right there, and the officer can contest that I didn't lunge at her, I just grabbed the door and she pulled it closed. If this is indicative of how I got treated, because this is a whole new day, baby. This is a whole new day. The whole weekend went by.
Clarify with them, are they literally finalizing a trespass?
Professional, guess what you have to do? You have bad customer, you have good customer, and guess what? That same customer may have to come back, and guess what? You can't hold that against, and guess what? I didn't hold anything against her for how she pointed my finger in my face. I didn't get loud or what have you, but guess what I did? I came in, I
She
talked to him,
immediately-
and I went to the window. I didn't start screaming at her because of what happened on Friday or Thursday. Now she's continued to take the same bad attitude and make up things that's not true.
Okay, but my
And-
whole
no,
point is,
see, as
you're
a
not letting me
supervisor,
talk.
because guess what? You want to skip over something that is factual, and that
Because
gets.
I'm not gonna talk about performance or
No,
employee
no.
issues with you.
No,
So
no,
what-
no.
What does that have to do with this
It is.
conversation?
It is because if I'm
You're not
telling.
gonna get any details.
Right. No, I'm talking. Go talk to the officer.
Okay, what I do outside after this interaction
You-
stuff
you-
is, you're
but
not
if
gonna
it's
know.
involving me, you telling me that guess what? You
You-
can't
you
discuss.
don't-
If I tell you, hey,
I told you, all this is on video. I'm gonna be following up with our risk manager, because
You-
it's our
you know
risk
what?
manager who
Hey,
oversees
listen-
us.
Can we get your risk manager's name?
It's Shelby Patch,
Shelby Patch, and your name?
Kristen Webb.
Kristen Webb?
Yeah.
Are you finalizing a trespass on this man from City Hall?
It's, Shelby Patch is working on that.
And that, you guys are pursuing a criminal trespass for him to be not allowed in City Hall, is that correct?
That's something that Shelby Patch would have to.
So that,
based off of what she said. Just like she said this.
I don't know what a
Hey,
trespass
hey,
is,
hey.
but
You
listen,
know
that is
what?
irrelevant
Hey, you know
to
what?
getting.
Lori, your criminal trespass is going nowhere, and you're going to get about 30,000 views this afternoon.
What you don't understand is that
Unbelievable. You going to let them do this?
You're saying, hey, we're working on that and doing, but if you have someone who's already shown they're misstating stuff, why would you take that person saying, hey, we're gonna trespass it?
You have misstated information that's
We
been
had
given
to,
to us.
we had
The
a
documents you
CSR in
provided us,
tears.
I looked at those and.
Listen, if I'm trying to come in the door, just comment thing, and she pulls the door back, here's my question to you, not about her, my question to you, what will give rise to that? Not about her. That is, if I'm entering a building to pay my bills, whatever, what will give rise to that? Even if she's already known that has not been done at that given time.
We didn't know that.
She did.
No, she didn't.
Yes, she did, because we told her.
No,
Are we done with the billing part?
I don't know, I'd like to be done, but it's like, I don't feel
No,
like
no,
we're
do you
getting
have
it.
everything you need for the paper?
No, he needs to make a payment, and he hasn't signed this.
Okay.
Okay, how am I gonna make a payment? Give who am I
And
giving
we're
a
gonna
call?
write it front.
Oh,
So let's just do that and then we can work on
so
everything else
when I came
afterwards.
up, wait a minute, here's my question to you.
Why are we trying to gloss over the violations of people? Why are you trying to gloss over him being violated?
Take it to City Hall.
We're in City Hall.
Take it to the Department of Lawrence, that's gonna be 30 cents. She could, love that.
You guys just don't care, do you?
Take the email to me, okay, because I'm gonna be paying.
It doesn't even matter. Let me tell you something.
Did you hear
I
her?
can't
Take it to City Hall.
Did you hear her?
Take it to City Hall.
Everyone backs them up. Everybody's backing her up.
Shelby said, as long as we get that waiver signed and get the payment, then that's all we need to do.
Yeah.
So that will be
That will close it out.
everything.
And the reason earlier,
So
you
when
said
I'm gonna come
quick
in-
because they hadn't talked to me about it, they're waiting for my information.
So,
What we do know, how I got treated a few minutes ago is not fair. And you can, and this is, I'm gonna tell you something, you may not, and I know you know this, the reason we have this kind of behavior is because you condone it as a supervisor.
And everybody backs her up, like she said to me.
So this would be the city, it's because we know now.
That's pathetic, man.
So, yeah.
We're in City Hall. Oh, she don't want to be seen, so she's going to lower her screen. I can't believe you let people be treated that way. You even told her there wasn't a trespass.
Take it to City Hall. Explain to them. Not going anywhere with me.
I know it's not going anywhere with you. It's not going anywhere with LPD ever. You guys get exonerated for everything just like the city does.
Explain to City Hall.
Do you want me to send an email some of the bills that you're gonna be paying off right now? Would you like that through email?
You
So that you
can
can
just
see-
give them to me.
You wanna print them?
Mhm. So here's my question to you, if I'm trespassing, how am I supposed to make my payments?
You're not trespassing.
You're, right, cause it's not
She-
That's not
finalized.
happening.
She's saying they're finalizing it and they're still looking into it.
I did not say that. I said-
Yes, you
I
did.
said
You said
don't
Shelby
cash.
was looking into it. I have it
Get this
recorded.
all printed off and we can
Yes.
talk afterwards, okay?
Okay, so,
So which is it, David? Is there really a trespass happening or not?
Michael, I'm not talking to you. Simple as that.
hold on a second, okay? Give me,
Nobody wants to talk to the camera because they get caught in their lies.
He,
It's locked. At the end of the day, everything will work on now. Okay. You can take your complaints about the way she's acting. I think it's unprofessional myself too. Take that above her supervisor, take it to City Hall. Okay? Simple as that. All this bickering back and forth, it's not gonna get us anywhere.
right, I understand.
So your complaints with them, how they're acting, I get that. Okay, I was here for it. It's on my camera too, okay? Take that to City Hall. You can request his body camera and say, hey, the way she's acting was completely unprofessional, and request his camera, and then they'll have that at City Hall, okay? I don't know who's above her. It's probably Shelby Bash. She's good. Okay, I'm not trying to be biased or anything, but she's good. Okay, I think she'll treat everybody fair and equally. Okay,
This is-
but for right now, let's just get this worked out, and then all the other intangibles happen now, take that above. Okay, simple as that. Obviously, we're not getting anywhere with her, we're not getting anywhere with her supervisor, so we'll go above them, okay? Simple as that, so goal is to get your water turned on, looks like we're in that direction, okay? I don't think the whole trespassing is happening, but doesn't sound like it is. If everything changes, we'll let you know, okay? But those things are always subject to change, simple as that. And they're exploring their legal matter of what they can and cannot do.
Right.
They don't know anything, just as much as we know.
Right, but like I said,
Okay.
this is indicative of why
No, I
we're
hear
here, is because when you, and this person is the one that, and I didn't do anything.
No, I appreciate you being a good person.
Right, but this
I think
is,
you're paying through card, right?
Right.
Yeah, okay, okay.
The reason all this is here is because staff was treating him horribly.
Well, there, you know, now.
And it was her that sits right there. She's kind of nasty.
And I can give you the details of that, we don't know if they're, you know, sometimes we don't know if it's asleep, did they leave a hose on? You know,
She
so
literally
we don't
tried to
know the
pull the door to
details
City
of
Hall
that.
closed in his
What the
face.
procedure was. So when the water, are you gonna be home Wednesday, you get this address Wednesday?
Yeah.
So I would say, to, when you go inside,
I'm gonna turn it off.
yeah, and look at all the spigots, make sure there's not a toilet running, you know, look at, I don't know how many toilets are in this place, but check all the toilets, go outside, make sure there's nothing running outside, you know, I don't know if it has a basement, look at hot water tanks, you know, just all of those things, and if there's any, you know, anything going on, then let us know so we can do an emergency shuttle. You know, like if you're afraid the property's gonna get flooded or, you know, something like that, because you don't want.
If it calls for emergency shut off, that means I'm gonna have to run in here.
You don't, you can call, cause, and you can actually call, you can call the 3,000 number, I mean, I can write it out for you.
But they still tried to throw him out.
My business card, I'm gonna put that number in there because that, for you can do that after. Let me just get this one.
This is supervisor.
No.
Huh? Yeah.
So did you at least get a good deal on this house then?
No, this
Is it a lot of rehab going on?
this was a nightmare from day one, and so, that's why I was trying to hurry up and get it done, so that I'm put it right here. And I missed it.
My name is Michael. I run Lawrence Accountability. I'm the guy with the camera that just happens to show up at the right places at the right time. I came in here for city business and saw this lady trying to block him from being in here and trying to trespass him out of here. This is City Hall. You can't trespass people out of here.
What's going on in there? They have
That's the Affordable Housing Advisory Board meeting. But yeah, that lady sitting at that counter there, she thinks that she can trespass people from City Hall. And she was being nasty to him. She grabbed the door and tried to pull the door in his face so he couldn't come in.
So, just in case, you know, water comes on Wednesday and you see any issue.
And the cop even acknowledges it, that it was jacked up, the way they were treating him.
They're working on it, yeah.
And they try to make him like they spin this narrative if they don't like somebody, that he was threatening or that he was lunging or that he was doing something to make them scared.
I've been through that.
Yeah.
I've
It's not just racial though, they do that to me.
Yeah, I have to say that I've had weird stuff happen. When we were selling our house in Lawrence in 2008, I was trying to get some carpet installed. I was at a Home Depot, and I said something that the lady at Home Depot didn't like, and she threatened to throw me out of the store, kind of thing. Oh yeah, so I think we've got our stuff here. Trying to get water turned on. Let's go over
Let's take a
here.
look at your paperwork.
I would just caution to look for that.
Okay.
Thank you for your time.
No, I wanna wait to see what he's at, office, or supervisor. Yeah, because
Oh, yeah, I get it.
this is not a nightmare, like I said, and the reason why the issue is not the issue. The issue is that they thought that I was, that became. I'm waiting for, so what do we do?
Yeah, we're good here.
Oh no, we're good. No,
Yeah.
we're good.
You wanna talk more, or you good, Gary?
Yeah, so do I have trust in
No, you're good, no. But like I said, they were exploring that, they're not going there anymore, as long as we just keep this reasonable, you're good.
I mean,
Which you were today, she was acting a bit out of line in my opinion, but that's neither here nor there.
like I said, what it was, that they thought that I was coming on for something else. But it wasn't.
Yeah.
When I told them, the person I voted for, one person was in Arizona, and she said to them, it makes sense. If I was cutting on for the person in Arizona, how would she benefit? She has her own. And then so they said, in order for me to cut the water on, I need to pay. First they told me I need to have them to call. I picked the phone and said, hey, water company wants you to call. They knew they had to go. Guess what they did? They didn't call. Then so they said, to you to get the water cut on, you need to pay this bill. And this is what the problem is because I didn't back down. I just kept pushing. And so what they figured is that we're never gonna, because that's what she told me, that lady right there. She told me, bring that money back, that she paid. And she told the other officer, the way he can rectify this situation is to pay the bill. This is the issue. All this other stuff is because I wouldn't pay that bill.
All that matters today is that we got to square it off, get the water back on.
Justin, did you hear what he said? All these other things are because I wouldn't take that.
All the complaints.
Think about what's happened with me in 3 years.
Take that above her and above her supervisor too.
They came off on him because he wouldn't accept their bullshit.
You have a card, so
Think about that.
yeah, maybe you, because you talked to her. I don't know what y'all conversation was, but this is the most ridiculous thing that I, is because it doesn't even make sense. Once you buy a house, it doesn't matter what the last people did. And so this is what I couldn't figure out.
It was a hiccup from county to the city. That's what really boils down to.
I'm gonna tell you, it's because, like, I talked to you guys, I got the county in the office, and they called them, in the beginning, they called the county, and when they told them it was in order, they didn't want to listen. So they made me bring in the physical copy. When I brought in the physical copy, she still said, she questioned the county stamp.
I'll try to get your case number. My people are busy. We walk in my car and get you.
Okay, I don't think you can go through that. I think
Yeah, we can
Yeah, you can go out that way.